I was making a huge mistake, and you might be making this same mistake, so I want to share it with you so that you can kind of get past this faster than I did, and you don't have to get held back or stuck feeling like you don't know if you're doing the right things, and wading through a ton of problems, and trying to sort things into large elaborate plans, and trying to kind of think your way through rather than just follow your way through, rather than just come from a place of your body, right? So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. I've been talking about this in the past 2 videos, but I want to go a little bit deeper with you now as we talk about how to actually do that, and how to actually have more control by being less controlling over your life. And it's the difference between smashing into a wall over and over to try to get through the wall, or just seeing that there's a way around the wall and going right around it, the easy, fun, simple way to do it, where it's not overcomplicating it. It doesn't have to feel like you're dragging 1,000 tons behind you. It can just feel easy, like you're just walking or even floating through the process of getting to where you want to go. I used to think that I was in control of my life. You might think the same thing. Maybe you think that you create everything in your life and in your immediate reality, and maybe you think you have control over all those things as long as you can wrangle your mind, as long as you can control your brain, right? And I used to think that very same thing, and it wasn't until once I started to learn about human design, and I started to have these very particular experiences in my life, I was able to see that it's not all about being analytical and searching for problems with your mind and trying to be data oriented and analytical all of the time, right? It has its place. It's important, sure, but not all the time. See, the thing is, the human mind naturally focuses on one thing, and that is to find problems. So if you're constantly looking for happiness, or you're looking for, feeling good, or you're looking for, that good feeling, the good feelings of life, love, and the important things in life, you're not going to find them in your brain. Your brain is where you're looking for problems, you're solving problems, you're being logical and data oriented and analytical. Whereas instead, if you could focus that energy or that thought or those focus on your body and listen to your body, it really helps with driving your passionate decisions that bring you into places where you can receive love from other people, and where you can feel that fulfilled feeling, that happiness feeling, because you're actually tuning into that. You're not focused on the next problem or the next thing that you have to solve, or the next analytical thing that matters, right? Now, I'm not saying those things don't matter at all. Of course they matter to a particular point, right? And in my opinion, it really should come down to focusing on the body first, the mind second. So the body can tell the mind what to do. I know it might sound a little bit crazy, because we're all conditioned not to think this way. We're all conditioned against that idea. We're all conditioned to think that our brain is the way through, that our mentality is the way through. This completely flips on its head the optimistic thinking, or the positive thinking notion that if you think positively, or if you picture something, or if you visualize something, it will happen. Sure, that may be true, but along the way, we've got to follow our heart and our passion, and we've got to follow our gut instincts that actually know what's best for us. It's insane what this has done for my life since I've started to try it and implement it and experiment with it. It really allows all of the nonsense, the BS, to fall away. The data, the analytics, the questions and the problems, and seeking problems and looking everywhere for problems, all that stuff can go away if we can focus on our passion and being driven, being pulled into the next phase, being pulled into the next thing that we should be doing. And doing this also allows us to focus on very little amount of things, right? It allows us to simplify and strip back what matters in our life. And when we can do that, I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but it is incredible. It's insane what happens, because you just, like, all that stuff that you thought mattered doesn't matter, right? All that stuff that you were getting weighed down by and focusing on when you didn't need to, and trying to figure out, all of that stuff goes away. And instead, there's only a few things that need to be focused on, and things happen naturally, easily, quickly, and in a fun manner a lot of the times, right? There's a little bit of spontaneity, there's interestingness, there's fascination, there's things in life that you cannot replace with money or with time. It's important to be able to feel these things during our lifetime as often as possible. Otherwise, what is the point of it all? What is the point of doing anything if you can't feel those amazing feelings that come from the human life experience? I hope this is making sense to you and you're starting to see how implementing something like this, where you're simplifying everything, stripping back all the BS, and instead focusing on the very few things that matter, is really what's going to catapult you, allow you to take quantum leaps in your life. And I'm not talking about business. I'm not talking about family. I'm not talking about spirituality. I'm not talking about any of it. Instead, I'm talking about all of it combined. The human life experience doesn't need to be broken down into these small little components. Things don't need to be very structured and stripped down, right? It certainly always helps when you have a system that strips those things down in order to understand it. But in reality, when we're looking at everything, it's more everything combined together that matters. And while that sounds like it makes things more difficult, that is just your analytical processing brain that's looking for problems. In reality, the fact that everything is mixed together into one single thing called life is what makes it simple. I hope this is resonating with you. I hope this is making sense to you. Comment below. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know if this is making sense, if I'm being completely crazy and philosophical, or if you find this valuable, or if you're like, wow, I never thought about that before. I want to hear about it. I want to hear from you so I can, continue to respond and really just serve you, because you're the reason I'm making these videos. I'm not making any money to do this. I'm not making any outside thing other than being able to express myself freely and tell my truth. So I would love if this would help other people. That is really the goal of everything, because I know how good that feels when you can help another person, touch another soul. So comment below and let me know how I can help you, so that you and I can work together and we can really join teams and start to take quantum leaps in our life, start to get towards the areas we want to get to in every area of life. See, the crazy part is when we start to come from this place, when we start to come from the heart and from our passion and from our body, all the BS falls away, and what happens is we're left with one thing and one thing only, and that thing is truth. We start to speak freely, we start to express ourselves and what we really desire, what we really want, or we start to just understand ourselves more, right? So, for example, right now, I used to overcomplicate YouTube videos like crazy. I would write entire scripts. I would, break down all these components. I would look up keywords. I would do all this stuff to make sure that the videos would work, and then I would start creating videos. Well, the thing is, that's not really passion-led. That's not really my heart, right? That's just analytical thinking, trying to get ahead and trying to make the next big move. But in reality, if I were to just sit back, follow my heart, I would be able to make videos like this where I don't need a script. I don't need anything to look at. There's no data, there's no analytics, there's no keywords, there's no anything like that. I'm just turning on the camera and going, because I can express these things freely. I can express from my body exactly what is on my mind, really. And it's on my mind because it's coming from my heart. It's coming in order to serve others. It's coming in order to serve myself, to be completely honest. And that's what makes it so much easier and so much better. And it takes way less frustration, way less struggle, no barriers, no roadblocks. It's literally just like, I'll just turn on the camera and make a video. And if something were to happen in the middle of the video that called me away from the video, I'd be like, oh, well, like, it doesn't really matter to me. I'm just making a video because I want to. Okay, there's no incentive, there's no money, there's no analytics, there's nothing really I'm looking for, other than maybe I want you to subscribe, because I want you to come along on this journey with me and we can share with each other and talk about these things together. And I also want you to comment, of course, because I'm really focused on building a community of people that are seeing these things that I'm seeing, that are seeing the world as an awakening thing right now. We're going through really strange times where people are awakening. People are going through different phases of their life where things are very different than they used to be in 2020. All right, so really interesting stuff, really fascinating. And I just want to keep talking about this stuff because I know as I do it, I'm wading through my own stuff, but I'm also allowing other people to experience some of the things that I'm experiencing and wading through some of those stuff with them. And that's what is important to me. So again, hopefully this video helps you out. Don't forget to hit that like button if you liked the video. That tells YouTube that this video is cool and it will allow more people to see it so I can help more people and so that we can create a bigger community together. And I look forward to continue making these videos and continue speaking my truth. So hopefully you come along for the journey. Thanks a lot for watching. My name is Ryan Kearns and I'll see you soon. Bye. Hey, free thinker, this human life is more amazing than we give credit for. The pain, the fun, the creativity, the mistakes, and the connected, shared experiences. We are here to expand. Let's do it together.